forgot to mention that one of the things that was very common across the whole country was the pricing of salary. So throughout all the jobs, the different roles, different areas, different spaces, so from electrical to facilities to whatever, because you're fresh in the country, they baseline you at a set per hour rate. They don't deviate from that. And you can try and negotiate back and forth. All you're doing is just ruffling feathers. So, you know, I found that the rate of the offer across the board, the entire country was the same, whether it was Wellington or Auckland. The cost of living everywhere, I did that research, so there's quite a lot of information there that I've got. But the salary was based at the same. So you couldn't say, okay, this is a better job because they're paying me more. You had to really feel in your heart which job you could grow in. So I used that as my basis as to choose which job I was going into. And I also researched the strength of the business. I went to mostly big business that accepted me. But even in saying that, I researched my role in the business and could see where I could grow to. Because we're taking such a massive step backwards from where we currently are. I mean, here I'm National Technical Manager, there I'm back on the tools. But being back on the tools for me is not a degrading thing. It's something that I'm now going to see the growth of New Zealand over the next 10 years, for example, where here we've kind of plateaued at the top already and we're there. So I'm going to see all of this growth again. So as long as you're humble to that and your approach to what job you're going to accept, if you got, you know, your morals and are only going to be a manager, well, you know, that also is going to affect your success. You know, you got to understand that the knowledge that we have here is way above what they've experienced already. So you bring yourself back, you accept a smaller role, but your knowledge, it's not like a license, you know, once it's expired, you forget what you're doing. It's not the case. It actually has brought a new spark in me, because now I know that I'm going to see the growth in these companies. And the nice thing is that I'm going to be part of that growth. I'm going to inject my knowledge and help them to get going. And in turn, it's obvious that you'll be compensated as you climb the ladder. Sure. And expand on their business, because when their business grows, you grow. So yeah, that's the kind of approach I looked at in choosing. And then I also looked at the areas. I got a nice feeling all over New Zealand, but I figured that, you know, in a specific area, I felt more like home, and less hustle and bustle, a bit more relaxed in the sense that, you know, I don't have to, I've already got all these emotions about the move. I've already got all the emotions about I'm working for a new company. So I wanted to just live in a place that felt a little bit more like common ground. So to eliminate one different kind of aspect from the anxiousness that you have. So yeah, that's kind of how I chose my role. But in saying that, I was very lucky because I had so much option throughout the entire country. You know, if I didn't have as much option and I only had one offer, I would have taken the offer regardless, because all the companies were great. And I would have aligned my thought train around that space, that area, improvised, adapted, and survived. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just that I was lucky. I had a lot of offers.
More than lucky, hard work and great attitude, and it comes out with your skill base as well, and strategy. It came all together for you, Dean. I'm really honored once again, to be part of that and to showcase the experiences you've got here for others.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, your input really gave me a lot of energy. I think in the beginning, you could see I was very overwhelmed with this no factor. I mean, some of the emails I'd push send on the email, and 20 seconds later I'd be receiving an email saying you don't fit our profile. And I'm like, no, man, how does this work?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You turned the filter around. Their filter doesn't work. You made your own and dropped them in the top. You came down here, you had the meetings, and the meetings turned into job offers. It was your filter that worked.
Yeah.